My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, a few days ago I got a call from somebody outside of our community. It doesn't relate directly to us. And it is an issue of a personal divorce that took place between him and his wife. And he called me up saying, I said this and I regret saying this and I don't know what to do now. And subhanAllah, brothers and sisters, one of the most taboo topics that we don't like to talk about is the topic of divorce. But the fact of the matter is that this is a part of our lives. It is a part of community. It is a part of our sharia. And the fact of ignoring it does not change the reality of its existence. And I will tell you, brothers and sisters, as a person who is active in Islamic fields in this country, traveling around the country, and having read studies and surveys, the sad reality is that our divorce rates, meaning the American Muslim community, is coming closer and closer to the mainstream divorce rates that are prevalent around us. Alhamdulillah, it's not that bad yet, but still, divorce rates used to be in the 1 digits. Now they are 20-30% in the second generation. In other words, in just a little bit of time, they will be equivalent to the divorce rates that we have prevalent amongst this country. And the problem is, brothers and sisters, the problem is most of these couples, they didn't follow the Islamic procedure. They did not avail themselves to the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they hastened into an exit, into a final solution that they should not have hastened into. How many marriages have been destroyed? How many children have been deprived from regular, normal parents and lives? How much damage has been done simply because men and women, husbands and wives, were hasty, were arrogant, were angry, were ignorant of the Sharia. Brothers and sisters, marriage is one of the greatest blessings Allah has given us as human beings. I have given a number of khutbahs on the positive side. I've given many talks about the love that should exist between a husband and a wife. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran that وَاللَّهُ جَعَلَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا وَجَعَلَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَزْوَاجِكُمْ بَنِينَ وَحَفَدًا وَرَزَقَكُم مِّنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ. Allah has made from amongst you your spouses, and from the two of you He has given children and grandchildren. So which of the blessings of Allah will you deny? Allah has given you so much good from your spouses, from your children, from your grandchildren. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that of His signs is the love and mercy that exists between a husband and wife. We know our mother and father Adam and Hawa, that before even Allah Azza wa Jal told Adam to enter Jannah, Allah created Hawa for him even before he was in Jannah. وَقُلْنَا يَا آدَمْ أُسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُكَ الْجَنَّةِ. And when they came down to this earth, Allah said, قَالَ اهْبِطَا مِنْهَا جَمِيعًا. The both of you go down. Subhanallah, brothers and sisters, even in this, we find a very important lesson. Couples need to stick through in the good and in the bad. In Jannah, and when they're punished to be flung onto this earth. Couples need to stick through. Not only in the good, because this is the big problem. When it's lovey-dovey, when it's romantic, when it's good, everybody wants to have a marriage like this. But how about when the going gets tough? How about when arguments develop? And this is the biggest problem, that Muslim couples, they hasten to the exit door, not realizing that exit door, it is like a fire escape. It's a fire escape. It should never be used unless there is an emergency, a threatening situation. You should not even think of the fire escape. It's there, you know it, but it's not something you think about. It's not something you want to use. Rather, it is only used in cases of dire necessity as a last resort. Unfortunately, brothers and sisters, we start thinking of the fire escape like the main entrance to our houses. And we start thinking, okay, khalas, if the going gets tough, like I exit my house through the regular door, I shall exit this marriage through the fire escape. And this is not the way that our Sharia has set up the normal institution of marriage. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls marriage in the Quran مِيثَاقًا غَلِيظًا وَأَخَذْنَ مِنْهُنَّ مِيثَاقًا غَلِيظًا. You have taken from them a sacred covenant, a hard trust. مِيثَاقًا غَلِيظ. غَلِيظ means strict. Ghalid means sacred, and mithaq means covenant. So Allah calls marriage a sacred, a strict covenant, meaning a promise. And these strict promises, you don't just break them for the flimsiest of things. You don't break them because you had one argument. You don't break them because your temper was lost once because she said something or he did this. Subhanallah, mithaqan ghalidha is a sacred covenant. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses this phrase in the context of divorce. In the context of divorce, Allah uses this phrase to describe marriage. وَأَخَذْنَا مِنْكُمْ مِيثَاقًا غَلِيظًا. And therefore this is demonstrating that this sacred covenant should not be broken unless and until there is no other alternative.